So honestly, man, the whole internet is talking about The Reckoning, the Netflix docuseries that dives deep, and it's a pretty deep dive, man, into the mind, the life, and the absolute chaos orbiting around Sean Diddy Combs, man. And listen, I thought I already knew some things, man, and we all think we know the story, but this documentary right here, I ain't gonna lie, this shit hit different.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us, whether they from this country or from another country. It could be somebody that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business of media and propaganda.
It hit like information that honestly should have been released like 5 years ago. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's address one thing, man. Yes, 50 Cent is the executive producer. And yes, 50 has been beefing with Diddy since fucking MySpace or some shit like that. But yes, some people feel like this whole doc is just 50 throwing shade and being petty. And if you followed 50, this is kind of on brand. This is I will throw you into retirement type of shit. Once you watch the series, once you actually sit through the interviews, the testimonies, the timelines, you realize pretty quickly that that ain't the headline, bro. The headline is the pattern. The pattern itself, showing what Diddy has been doing throughout the years. So like I'm watching it, right? And the way Netflix structured this, they start from like Diddy's early childhood, walk you all the way through his career, the rise, the empire, the influence, and then straight into the darkness and the downfall, bro. And it gets dark. And I'm not gonna lie to you, some of those details I had never heard before. Like they weren't even like whispers. Them shits was like hidden in the basement under a rug that was under a couch that nobody sits on. That shit was never supposed to come out. But the thing that stood out to me the most was every chapter of Diddy's life. For some reason, that shit seemed to leave a trail of destruction behind. Like a pattern of chaos, a pattern of people feeling used, discarded, and like flat out just traumatized, bro. And every time something happened, every time he was involved in something questionable, he just got bigger. The nigga got richer, and then he became more untouchable. So I could imagine as victims, that shit is frustrating. So of course this creates like a perfect storm, right? Of, hey bro, if he got away with that, what else could he feel empowered to do?
He says, hey, I didn't know you had anything to do with Suge. Like if something happens, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Do y'all think fame protects people too much? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I wanna see where y'all stand with it. But let me be real about something, man, real quick. This is the thing that made me the most angry about watching this documentary, right? I see the alleged pattern of abuse, the manipulation, the intimidation, the freak-offs, the emotional control, and then of course the allegations surrounding Tupac and Biggie's deaths, connections, the environment, the inconsistencies. It paints a picture, and it's not a good one.
Do you know who was responsible for the killing of Tupac Shakur? No, I don't.
When you see a history of destruction followed by silence, followed by more destruction, at a certain point, the pattern stops looking like a coincidence and starts looking like somebody's playbook. Now, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, because I know everyone keeps whispering, right? 50 Cent, Diddy, and Daphne Joy, the mother of 50's child. We all know the story. He allegedly participated in the freak-offs. And look, man, the shit is all messy. It's foul. I can't lie. It's reality TV on steroids, man. And 50 has publicly denied that the doc has anything to do with their personal issues.
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
But let's be honest for a second. Even if 50 was motivated by pettiness, that doesn't erase the content of the documentary. It doesn't invalidate the people who spoke out. It doesn't erase the footage, the stories, the alleged victims, the industry whispers that have been around for 30 years, dog. Personal beef does not erase public patterns. I'm sorry. The number of people speaking out for free, that's the wildest part. Netflix said nobody got paid. Let me repeat that. Not one person who spoke on camera collected a check. So just imagine someone disliked you so much or felt so traumatized by you or had been holding something in for so long that when Netflix came around and said, yo, we doing a doc, they was like, shit, sign me up. No money needed. That shit right there, I ain't gonna lie, that shit says a lot. And especially when some of these people said they tried to speak up before and they either got ignored or silenced. Other piece of it is a lot of people, there's a lot of rumblings where they're saying, how did Netflix get this footage? Was it illegal? Was it stolen? Was it leaked? Diddy's legal team is claiming it was illegally obtained. Netflix is saying it was all legal. But the most interesting part is Diddy's former security guard came out and explained how it was actually obtained.
I'm getting the phone calls, I'm getting to this, yo, Bonds, yo, man, yo, how 50 get, blah, 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 yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. First of all, he only deal with young videographers. because he want to rob him, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder.
Now, of course, people will still argue and say, well, he probably hates Diddy, or he wants attention, or he's lying. But here's the thing about defending celebrities, man. There's always going to be mental gymnastics that routine fans go through so they don't have to face the truth about the people they idolize, man. You end up in circles talking with these folks. They argue emotion, not evidence. They argue fandom, not facts. No matter how much you love Diddy, you cannot deny he's been accused of some of the wildest things we've ever heard.
Shit, he said he would kill us anything for them dudes there, you know? Tupac had children. Yeah.
And the craziest part, some of these accusations come with receipts. Some of the shits come with photos, footage, interviews, known behavioral history, dog. Even if half of this shit is true, it paints a picture of someone who believed he was invincible. And when you move like you're invincible, there is nothing you won't try.
I took me downstairs and he's like, man, I'm gonna get rid of them dudes, man. It would be the problem. It was after he made the record. It all came out. Yeah, that pissed them off.
Even with the Cassie shit, man, the freak off argument is crazy because people keep bringing this up. But Cassie participated. She agreed. She stayed. Listen, stop that shit right there, dog. Cassie was a young woman, man. A much younger woman. She didn't have the power. She didn't have the leverage. She didn't have the resources. She didn't have the experience to know what the fuck she was walking into. We can sit here and say she should have left, but with somebody like Diddy, a man with decades in the game, with influence, with connections, money, power, he knew better. He always knew better. But when you feel untouchable, you don't care about better, bruh. You care about what you want and how the fuck you gonna get that shit. So watching this documentary kind of made me just really not like this nigga way more than I didn't like him before. It made me understand why there's so much smoke surrounding him, because there's been 30 years of fires nobody ever put out. If you a fan and you finish this doc still thinking about him the exact same way, if none of these stories even make you pause, not even one side eye, then you need to ask yourself why you're so emotionally invested in a man you never met, because something ain't clicking. Diddy might have been the soundtrack to your childhood or whatever the case, or he made music that you liked, but that doesn't mean he was the hero behind the music. This shit is just crazy. This is a crazy documentary. I did see that they saying that 50 Cent got sent some flowers and he's taking it as a threat. So it says 50 Cent jokingly claims Diddy sent him flowers to the club. Now listen, man, we know if you beefing with somebody and you randomly get some flowers sent to you, we all know that's not a kind gesture, man. So it said a Diddy spokesman had denied that the embattled mogul was responsible for the flowers. Well, of course, man. Why would he say that he did that shit? These are the flowers that he said was sent. So these were sent to him in Miami. Shout out to the crib. What kind of gay shit is this? Diddy sent me flowers at Club 11. Why all the foreplay? Get busy. You know I'm stupid. Hey. I don't think I gotta explain to y'all what that means. 50 is basically saying stop playing the shit. If you gonna get busy, my nigga.
Oh my God.
That's what 50 Cent is saying right now, man. So obviously 50 ain't playing the bullshit. I wouldn't feel this shit either. This is definitely taken as a threat because nobody's just sending you flowers like this, man. I'm just keeping it real. If y'all feel like it means something else, tell me. But it says in Miami where 50 took the stage on Thursday. So he's about to perform and they sent him these flowers. Now it says Fifth had a bit more to say about the flowers on Friday, taken to the comments of his post and add a warning, I'm 90s grimy, you don't warn me. LOL. Hey, man. But these ain't really games that you should be playing, man. Obviously, this is somebody that knows he's performing there, and they knew how to get these flowers to him. Who knows, man? That's where we at. So that's my breakdown of it. But I want to know y'all thoughts, man. Did the documentary change your perspective? Do you think this was fair? Do you think 50 did this out of pettiness or justice? I want to hear it. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Goods. BigZoeTV. Let's go.
Fun to do bad things.
Take off the shit, little, take off the dope, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that goods and that bullshit off, and what do you have?